Hello and welcome to my powder room. This video is going to be a sort of like a tutorial, but like a talk through video where I just basically show you how I got my look, and I just call this look the Classic Nude. It's just very like matte shadows and nude colors, like a nude mauve lipstick, and I did use the Tartelette palette for this, so I kind of wanted to feature the palette because it's the first time that I've used it and I really like the results with it. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieved this classic nude look, just stay tuned. Start out by priming my face with a primer water. And then I use a smoothing primer, and this just evens out the texture of my face. Once all of that dries and sets in really well, I move on to my foundation. And the most important thing about foundation for me is just to make sure that it's blended in extremely well and that it's set into my face really well. So I definitely will make sure that this completely dries before I move on to another step. The next step is using concealer, and I use an under eye corrector and then just a radiant concealer for my blemishes. For this classic nude look, I also used my concealer because it is such a light shade. I did use it as a highlighter also. And once again, I really like to take the time to blend everything out very well. For my contouring, I like to mix a matte bronzer with my blush. And for my blush, I just wanted to stick with a very peachy tone, no pinks or mauves. And once I get that matte bronzer down as a contour and then I add my blush, I actually go back over the blush some more with the matte bronzer because since it's a nude look, I really want to make sure that there's no color popping out on my cheeks. It's just like a very seamless hint of color. And once I'm happy with all of that, I set everything with the setting powder. This is a translucent setting powder. There's no shimmer to it at all. And in fact, none of the products that I'm using for this look have any shimmer to them. And next I use my Tartelette palette for my eyeshadows, and they are all matte shades. And since I am featuring this palette, I will talk about what each shade is and where I apply it. First I use an all over color, and the shade that I'll be using is Free Spirit. And then for my lids, I use the color Power Player, and I go over my entire lid with this color. And then I blend it out with a brush that doesn't have any product on it. And blending out between colors is a very important step for me. Next, I'll start dabbing into my crease. And I'll use the color Best Friend. And then, of course, I blend that out. And then I will move over to the color Supermom, just to really make sure that underneath my brows stays a highlighted color. And then for the outside of my creases, I'll use Bombshell. And I actually use my blending brush for this, just to kind of really dab that on to make sure there aren't any harsh lines. And then I wipe out the brush and blend that out as well. And I'm going back to Supermom just to really add a dimension to my lids. I add this color in the center of my lids, and then I line my lash line with it, and then just kind of blend it in, and it gives my eye more of a rounded appearance, so it makes them look bigger by doing this. And then I'm using Natural Beauty, and I use Natural Beauty just to very lightly go on my bottom lash line. And now I'm using concealer and my beauty blender to really make sure that the shadow doesn't extend further than I want it to. I go from the outer corner of my eye up to the bottom corner of my eyebrows, just to make sure that there's a really straight line there. I don't like to be careful while I'm applying my shadow. I like to just fix the line afterwards. And next is the eyeliner. Now I use this Infallible, the Blackbuster by L'Oreal. This was the first time that I used this eyeliner, and I dislike it very much. I had so much trouble with this eyeliner. It was making my eyes just gush water. It kept fading off, and I had the eyeliner just running down my face. I definitely will not be using the product again. And the next step is to curl my lashes so that I can apply fake lashes, and I use a little bit of mascara before I apply the lashes, and of course after I apply the lashes. And that eyeliner was making my eyes water so bad that it was really hard for me to get my lashes to stick. But we made it work. And because the liner kept fading off, I did go back in with the Fashionista color for my bottom lashes instead of using an eyeliner. And I really like how this looked. And then I also use the Fashionista to kind of touch up the eyeliner on the top lid. And now that lashes are done, I move on to my brows, and I like to use a brow mousse.
Uh-oh, it's time to turn the record over. Go!
And now to complete the look, I use a nude mauve lipstick, and any shade of lipstick would do as long as the undertones are very nude. And just to make sure that my lipstick is going to stay in place, I will go around the entire outline of my lips with this clear lip lining pencil. And I am now classically nude. So that's it, guys. What did you think of the Tartelette palette? I love it. I love it. I love that everything in it's matte, and I just thought that it was the perfect palette for this nude look, and I'm really glad that I chose to use it. Let me know what you think of this look, if you've tried it or if you have a different method of achieving the same type of appearance. Comments are always appreciated, and so are the thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. And until my next video, bye guys.